Okay guys, those components I showed you earlier, that's what we're gonna make right there, the Lupton rig, okay? So what this looks like, is this is pre-made and ready to fish with the boat. Yes, you can buy these at the store, but I buy all my components and I sit at the dining room table and I'll make them. I watch videos and I talk to friends on the phone. So that's what you're going with. Now that's a 9/0 hook right there. Circle hook, and you see I snelled it, and that's what I'm going to do here in a second. So I'm going to make a 4-ounce one this time. All the components are the same other than the size of this weight. So I've got about 18 or 20 inches of 80-pound monofilament here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hook and I'm going to snell it. Okay, so I'm going to come up from the bottom. I'm going to give me a little bit of slack there at the end, and then I'm going to go 10 wraps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't want them. And then I'm going to come back up through the bottom again. I'm just going to cinch that down. All right. So we will trim that up at the end, but I'm going to leave a little bit in the event that that starts to loosen up for some reason or another. I like to have a little bit that I can grab with pliers and just cinch it back down by doing this right here. So we'll trim that off in a minute. So we're going to start off loading up all our components, right? So at the bottom, we're gonna have a double barrel sleeve. And then we're gonna go with one of these little tries beads, a 4-ounce weight. Depending on current, you're gonna go with either 3 or 4 ounce. And I'll make some of these with the no rolls as well. The flat no roll sinkers. So I'm just reversing my process. I'm gonna go here, back through the sleeve. At the end, I'm gonna go with this swivel. Now this swivel is a heavy duty one, but again, you're dealing with these big 30, 40 pound drum and stingrays, bluefish. The one thing about this is you will get bit off. Bluefish have a lot of sharp teeth and they will get more in your rigs. The cool thing about that is even if they do bite off your hook, most of the times you'll get most of your components back, such as they'll bite it off down here below this bottom sleeve. So you'll basically get back all your major components. You know, you won't be able to reuse your sleeves, obviously, but you will be able to reuse your weight and your swivel and your beads and everything like that. So it's just part of the game, you know. I was fishing in Oriental last year and we got into the bluefish, and they're fun to catch, but they just wreak havoc on your gear and everything like that, on your rigs and everything. So you just got to have extra ones made up and ready. That way when they bite you off, it's literally, I'll run a heavy duty swivel from the main line and I'll clip into this. And that way it's quick change on the water while you're out there fishing for those old drum and everything like that. So see, you don't want any more than 6 inches from the bottom of the weight down to your hook. So we're gonna come down and we'll clip this bottom one first. What I like to do is leave a little bit of space between that top swivel and that double sleeve. So I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna set it down, it's gonna be out of frame for a second. So I'm gonna clamp down on that and just get a good bite on that sleeve and hold that line down there at the bottom and prevent that from sliding up and down the line. All right, so all I did was I crimped that down. So now I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna do it up at the top as well, leaving that little bit of gap there. That way that swivel can swim around. So that'll sit down on the bottom and you'll be using some cut mullet or menhaden or whatever. We were using bluefish because we had caught some bluefish the day before, and bluefish is a very oily bait. So we took some of the leftover bluefish that we had from the scraps, like the belly meat and stuff like that, and put it on there. And we used a chum bag too. So I think that helped us as well. So this year, I can't wait to get back into that. I hope we can get on a top water bite with the popping corks and everything like that. But sometimes you have to soak bait, and that's another thing. While you are running a popping cork or some type of lure, you can have a rig off the back of the boat, you know, doing double duty, sitting there soak in some bait for this. And another thing is you want to change out that bait every maximum 15 minutes. Most people do 10, but you'll get in there and you'll have to change that bait out just to keep that fresh scent in the water. And what I do is, like, if I'm taking bait off of my hook, I'll throw that in a bucket and I'll throw it into my chum bag, and I'll put that down on the bottom. And that chum bag is still putting scent in the water. It might not be fresh bait on the hook, but it's fresh. It's still putting scent in the water. And so those fish, they're coming from downstream, whatever, and they'll come into your scent slit, you know, that chum bag. So that's what we got right there. That's a Lupton rig. So I'm going to trim off these 2 tag ends right here. Like I said, I'll leave a little bit on there just in case I need to cinch it down with the pliers. So I can do this right here, grab it with the pliers if I need to, cinch down on that. So there we go. So there's your 4-ounce Lupton rig and your 3-ounce Lupton rig. So I like to do it myself, and we caught several on this last year that I had made. So that's fun making them on my rig. So I hope this helps you guys out, see how easy it is to make. And I'll show you all those components down at the bottom, and I'll list it in the comments. So do me a favor, please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you do differently and if you like this. All right, thanks guys. Look forward to seeing you on the water.